Let's get ready to start another episode of Miami Cop Talk. This is a special edition. We're talking about COVID in our community. With us, we have two special guests, Chief David Magnusson from El Portal, and we have Miami Springs Commissioner Victor Vazquez. But with me is my co-host and partner, Robert Asencio. You want to say hi to the folks, Robert?
Welcome, everyone. Chief Magnusson, welcome. Take it away.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure being with you all. Here it is in a nutshell. People need to be vaccinated, and the doctors and or nurses are making those pleas to please get vaccinated. I've been sending this message out to the rank and file through the police chiefs, urging the rank and file to get vaccinated. We protect and serve, but we got to protect ourselves first. If we don't, we can't serve anybody because we're going to be laid up at home for 2 weeks, maybe 3, or maybe in a hospital. There's been over 164 million vaccinations in this country. Less than 0.1% of those people that got it have been affected. And less than 0.0001% have died. And if you have questions of what is being put out, then research it further. Talk to your doctors, your healthcare professionals. I make this appeal to my brethren in blue. Please get the vaccine and protect yourself, protect your family, protect the elderly in your family.
Let's make this a little more conversational, if you will. I've known you for some time. I'm a strong fan of yours. Followed you for a while. You were, not only are you elected as a councilman, but you have spent many years, better part of 3 decades, serving as a professor in education. You served our country in the military. By the way, thank you, Chief Magnusson, for doing the same. From military veterans to each other. Let's go ahead and have this conversation because I know you have a strong message. Let's cut through the BS, man. I was going to use another word, excuse me. But I think that, you know, this group of people, we can certainly cut through the BS, and let's talk frankly to those that will listen that are thinking, I may not take the vaccine for whatever reason, but maybe they need to hear some words from you, sir. Welcome, and what do you have to say?
Morning, gentlemen. Well, look, I've been in the business of education for more than 3 decades. And when you are a student and a teacher, you know that the more things you learn, the more you're able to share with your students. And that information can change based on the things that we now learn. If we had not taken the Salk vaccine in the 1950s, the number of Americans with polio would be outstanding. And so what I've learned over my lifetime is that, generally speaking, vaccines work. I don't deal in the realm of Disneyland and magic bullets, right? This is not a magical thing. What we do know is that if you get COVID, you can die. We've had over 600,000 Americans that have died as a result of complications from COVID-19. Now, the recent scare that we have is that with all the efforts that we've made, all of us here today and everyone out there to get people vaccinated have had an impact, but there's still too many people, as the chief mentioned, that have not gotten vaccinated. And what I have learned over the last month or so is that the overwhelming number of people who have gotten sick and very sick because of the COVID-19 is that because they were not vaccinated. This is what health professionals are telling us. My brother, my cousins, all people who work in healthcare, this is the problem that we have right now. We have gotten vaccinated. I've been vaccinated when I was in school, when I was in the military. I get a flu shot every year. Does it keep me from getting the flu? Not necessarily, but it keeps me from getting the worst of the flu. And most years I don't feel any symptoms at all. Can you feel a little bit run down or a little small reaction to the flu vaccine? A lot of people do, but it goes away in a half a day. But you're protected, and you're protected from the worst part of COVID-19. And what was going on right now is that the more people we still have unvaccinated, the more possibilities we have of even the Delta variant changing and getting another variant, right? And the thing is, with vaccination, you starve this virus, and that's where we need to be. And so, if you have any doubt, as the chief said, consult with your doctor. You trust your doctor. You trust your healthcare professional. Speak to them about any concern you may have about the vaccination, the reactions to vaccination. They're going to give it to you straight. And I'm going to bet you a dime to a dollar, they're going to say, get vaccinated.
Thank you, sir. Raul, any thoughts?
Yeah, I want to real briefly, as we're getting ready to end this episode, and I want a question for both, first for the councilman and then for the chief. And it's a simple question. Everyone has their own belief structure. You got people on every political side, and this is not a political topic. This is about public safety. So if you can send a message to those, and I've said it to other folks that we've had on the show, speak from your heart. The message, all misinformation, all manipulation of whatever aside, the reason why we need to do what we need to do, which is to stay protected, and those that you have influence over, because both of you, as a chief of police and as a councilman in Miami Springs, you have influence over a segment of our population. Speak to those individuals that you have influence over on why they need to protect themselves and protect their family and their community if they haven't done so already.
I know you love your family. I know you love the folks around you. This is a matter of life and death. If you don't have the vaccine and you get COVID-19, you're going to certainly be very sick, and you can certainly pass it on to others. The vaccine helps to protect you and to protect your family.
Chief?
I couldn't have said it any better than Dr. Vazquez. What I would say, just to add to it though, there's not going to be any lockdowns. I think we all agree on that. But what you don't want to see happen with this going off the deep end again is the economy suffering. If businesses have to shut down because people are sick, yeah, there's not going to be a lockdown per se, but that business may go out of business. It may close for 2 to 3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe. Another business may go down. Police departments could, they could be having to shuffle manpower around. I'm a small department. Last year we had 12 out of our department were affected either by a quarantine and or by the illness. Fortunately, it was spread out throughout the year. But if it would have all happened at once, we would have been in a world of hurt. It would have been a bad thing. So listen to what's being told about the health, about protecting your family, yourself, but also take a step outside too and listen. You're helping the economy grow. It was coming back. It's still coming back. Do all you can to make sure it comes back, roaring. Again, there won't be lockdown. Let's get that out of the way. But that doesn't mean businesses won't shut down because everybody's sick in their business. I mean, it's 6 half one dozen or the other. Protect yourself, protect your community.
Well said, gentlemen. I think if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for the economy, but certainly do it for someone if you don't really care. And I would say, I've said it before, I can't imagine what it must feel like to have to be intubated, to be alone, to be at death's bed because I did not take precautions. I tell you, for those of you that are on the fence, please do yourself justice by doing a little research. I would say go to the John Hopkins, New England Journal of Medicine, the Medical Association, but certainly if you have truly doubts, as my colleagues have said here, speak with your doctor. I know that some people who have conditions, medical conditions, may not be able to take the test. I mean, the vaccine. I was with a cancer patient last weekend whose doctor, she thought that she was not going to be able to take the vaccine. Her doctor, after doing some analysis, recommended the vaccine. And that lady says that the sense of relief she felt upon receiving the vaccine was like she had never felt it before. It's a sense of protection. This is no hype. We want you to be better protected. And that's why we're speaking to you today. Thank you. Look forward to you to join us. Miami Cop Talk. We'll see you next time.
We want to thank our partners and sponsors that have made Miami Cop Talk possible. And on behalf of Robert Asencio and Raul Correa, we want to thank you for listening to Miami Cop Talk. Stay connected and visit us at MiamiCopTalk.com.